Welcome to Foundation Friday. The dedication and covenant of silent unity was signed on December 7th, 1892 by Charles and Myrtle Fillmore, founders of the Unity movement. It is unlikely when they signed this covenant that they had any idea how far-reaching unity would be as it evolved into the church we know and love today. We invite you to join us as we explore and share some of the original ideas, teachings, and writings of the men and women who created the foundation of the Unity Church.
Hi, thank you for joining us today. This is our Foundation Friday program. And today we are going to look back into Eric Butterworth, one of the most prolific writers in Unity from the early days. And this is his 89th essay on abundant living. All of his essays are available to you if you would like to get a copy for yourself. They are at truthunity, all one word, .net. Look up Eric Butterworth Essays, and this is number 89, A Sure Cure for Worry. Okay, and it looks like he actually gave this essay as a sermon in 1975 on September 26th. So here goes. No pleasure is comparable to standing on the vantage ground of truth, wrote Francis Bacon. You who are reading this lesson are doing so, I suspect, because in some way you have sensed a need to see yourself and your problems and your supposed burdens in the light and insight of a new truth. As distinguished psychiatrist has said that worry is the great modern plague. The word itself is derived from the Anglo-Saxon word Worgan. I'll spell that for you. It's Wyrgan, and it means to strangle. If I were to put my hands around your neck and press with all my might, I would only be doing to you physically and quickly what you do to yourself slowly by your continual worrying. Flying once in a small plane, I heard the pilot say that since visibility was bad, he was going to take us up above the haze level made by dust and smoke to where the atmosphere would be clear and beautiful. He commented to me, "Life is something like that, isn't it? Down there, people are groping in the haze. Up here, we have clarity and we can see our way." Trying to understand life's circumstances or other people or our particular problems through the blue haze of worry is comparable to trying to drive through a fog. Barely able to see directly in front of you, you cannot relate to where you are going or where you have been. You lose your orientation. It is unfortunate, too, that worrying has a debilitating effect on life and on living. The Mayo Institute made a study of 176 American executives. Their average age was 44 years. It was found that one half of them had high blood pressure or heart disease or ulcers, and that in every case, tension, anxiety, and worry were prominent, significant factors. Now, here's the important thing. Trouble does not cause worry. You worry by personal choice and personal habit. All too many regard man as a creature at the mercy of chance or fate. And when trouble comes, all he can do is accept it. When the Lord sends me tribulations, it is my duty to tribulate. But experience of life have of themselves no identity. They become to us what we see them as being, depending on the level at which we take hold of them. Shaw made this point of Jesus. They crucified him on a stick, but somehow he managed to get a hold of the right end of it. That is a succulent comment, is it not? What any problem becomes depends on how we take hold of it, making of it either a crisis or an opportunity. If we decide to worry, it demonstrates that we have taken hold of the challenge at a very low level, endowing it with all sorts of threats that come out of us and not out of the problem. No one need ever worry. One man queried, "But if I don't worry, who will take care of my problems for me? I don't see how anyone can get along without worrying these days." He made these observations from his bed in a mental hospital, a victim of his own anxiety. So apparently, neither could he get along with worrying. To argue that you cannot help worrying is nonsense. Nobody makes you worry. You do so only because you have determined that in that way you will cope with your problems, be able to meet your difficulties. There is an imaginary installation of a worry button on my desk. Finding myself faced with some sort of disruption or difficulty, I make a decision to push or not push the button, and it is always the latter. But it is my decision. Those who claim good reason to worry are really stating that they cannot help themselves, that they have no control over their hand, which compulsively reaches over the desk, so to speak, and pushes the worry button. One might just as well say he is in real trouble, so he has good reason to make himself sick, to upset his mind so that it couldn't think clearly. Worry is self-conditioned. It is like an addiction to alcohol or coffee or cigarettes. So dependent are we on them that it is difficult to go along without indulging. For worry for many is habitual, automatic patterns in times of conflict. Don't let yourself be trapped into excusing the tendency to fear and worry on the grounds of heredity, whatever, or education or environment or circumstance. Don't rationalize your worrying. Don't accept the explanation that you have been that way always. It runs in your family or something. It also runs in your family for the babies to commence life as helpless infants. But they all grow up and mature, don't they? So if you find yourself worrying, you could say, grow up. This, however, is somewhat simplistic. Worry usually indicates a lack of focus or perspective in our vision. It means we are concentrating on what we have not instead of what we have, dwelling on our weaknesses instead of on our strengths, seeing the whole instead of the donut. Thoreau wrote of a delicate wildflower that had grown 2 feet high on a road between the horse's hoofprints and the wagon tracks. An inch more to the right or left would have sealed its fate, as would an inch higher. Yet it flourished, never knowing the danger it could have incurred. It did not borrow trouble or invite evil fate by being afraid of it. It takes courage to overcome worry, but what in life can be accomplished without courage and self-discipline? Look at yourself in the mirror and ask yourself sternly if you are going to go on indulging in whims of fear or if you are going to acknowledge that you are God's child. Remember the Beatitude. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. A French translation is, Blessed are the debonair. By this is meant the people who are happy because they expect everything to come out all right. Be confident, be self-assured, be debonair. Paul Du Bois, a Swiss psychotherapist, advised his patients to hold in their minds and repeat over and over again such words as invulnerable, unconquerable, fearless, victorious, wonderful, vibrant, inexhaustible, limitless. And to do so, he does. Upon rising in the morning, go to the window, throw open the sash, and repeat these words over and over, filling your mind with that which leaves no room for worry. So fill your mind with truth. Turn your mind to God in the face of difficulty. Get hold of life's experiences at the right level. Don't think about problems. Think about God. We are told that they wait upon the Jehovah shall we are told they that wait upon the Jehovah shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. To wait for Jehovah does not mean to sit down and do nothing. It means to plug into that divine current and thus receive the power to proceed and and all the help of God that is necessary to solve any given problem, to meet any need whatsoever, is wherever the problem may be. The supply of God is always right where we are, and it is always just what we need. Therefore, the unfailing antidote is to worry is the concept, the consciousness, the practice of prayer. Paul says, in nothing be anxious, in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving. Let your requests be made and known to God. He is telling us not to worry about the problem, rather pray about it. In most cases of extreme tension, we are either going to worry or to pray. The choices are ours, but we do have a choice. Worry or prayer, what will it be? The aftermath of worry is physical depletion and mental and physical tension. We are going to either worry or pray. The aftermath of prayer, on the other hand, is inspiration and strength. We are considering prayer in a higher context. And it is important to note that in prayer, we remember the truth. We contact the situation from the highest possible level. Prayer means letting go of animosities and anxieties and other limitations and taking the situation on faith with the vision of greater possibilities. Then, as we let go and release the problem, we center on the realization that there is no power but God, that there is only one presence, one infinite process. Then things begin to flow and we flow with them. We feel secure and relaxed, and worry goes out the window. How wonderful it is to know that we need never again worry about anything. I hope you enjoyed the reading, and I have to share that while I was reading that, I kept remembering this saying, don't tell God how big your problems are. Tell your problems how big your God is. I hope you got a lot out of that. And it is, of course, my hope that you need never worry again. Before we go, please know you are sacred and you are so, so very loved. Namaste.
Thank you for joining us, and let's stay connected and grow in spirit. We are on Facebook. Search for Unity Church of El Cajon and follow us and like our posts. You can reach us on YouTube at Unity Church of El Cajon. Please subscribe to our channel, watch our videos, and leave comments which can help us improve. We are on the web at unityofelcajon.org. Email or call our church office to receive our weekly newsletters, which list all of our activities and opportunities to learn and grow together.